All right, today we're back with more Pauper action. Right now, not a lot really going on Magic Online that's relevant. You know, we could do like some Oath of the Gatewatch drafts, some Standard with Siege Rhino, some Modern with Eldrazi. None of it really matters because in 2 weeks all that's going to change. So I guess I'm playing Pauper because, you know, it seems kind of sweet. So last week we did Tron. That was a lot of fun. I learned a lot of stuff. I think I could build a much better Tron deck now. And this week I was going through lists, basically just looking for something sweet. Not necessarily like a format-defining deck, but something that looked like a lot of fun. So we have this black-red kind of sacrificey deck. And you have things like Chromatic Star, Terrarion, and Ichor Wellspring that all have basically, you know, a dice trigger on an artifact. So you get to sacrifice it with things like Crack the Earth and Kuldotha Rebirth. So, I don't know. I like this stuff. I like a bunch of cheap spells. I like all the synergy stuff that's going on. I like sacrificing stuff for value. And this is basically just like an artifact aristocrats type deck. So, you have Crack the Earth, which is pretty good because it's usually a Stone Rain. I mean, the decks in this format have pretty low mana curves, so maybe it kills their one-drop creature, but a lot of the time you're just looking to Stone Rain your opponent, especially if they're playing a Tron deck, and then to kind of complement that strategy, we also have Molten Rain, which, you know, isn't really going to get them for 2 damage a whole lot of the time, but we're mostly a mono-red deck anyway, so it's better to just play this instead of Stone Rain anyway, so that's pretty cool. We have some removal in Lightning Bolt, a little Flame Slash. Not sure if these are better or worse than Firebolt, but I can definitely see the reasons for having Flame Slash, namely Nivix Cyclops, but Lightning Bolt I'm not sure of. I don't know. And then to go along with these Kuldotha Rebirths, obviously like a Goblin Bushwhacker would be a pretty sweet thing to have. So instead of just playing a bunch of Bushwhackers, we have a couple Goblin Matrons with a little Goblin package here for the Matron. It's pretty sweet how you can just get a Bushwhacker whenever you want to kill them. But you could also just get a Krark-Clan Shaman, which is also very good with your artifacts. So if you play against, I don't know, like a Boggle deck or a Goblin deck, this thing should be pretty good. Normally you should be able to sack like 2 or 3 things to it. There are also some things like Mogg Raider and Goblin Sledder, which you can use to protect your Krark-Clan Shaman to use it multiple times, which is pretty sweet. We have a Sparksmith, which, I don't know, can just like take down some Delvers and kill fiends and whatnot. Not very good in the Goblin Mirror because it does count all goblins on the battlefield. Then we have a Mogg War Marshal, just, you know, on blocking duty. Also very good with Bushwhacker, the Sledders, and whatnot. We're going to be filling our graveyard, and we have some leeway to play a second color, so there are some Gurmag Anglers kind of at the top end. So it's pretty sweet. I like the look of this deck. I have no idea what to expect. Like, this deck is not like crushing Pauper or anything. I just saw it pop up as a 5-0 deck list in a league. So, I don't know. It looks sweet. I want to play it, so here we are. Sideboard has more Edict effects. Warren Weirding, Diabolic Edict. I would assume that these are just for the Boggle deck. There's a Leave No Trace, which you can cast off of Chromatic Star, Terrarion, and Crumbling Vestige. And I imagine this is also just a thing for the Boggle deck, but maybe you know, you're scared of Circle of Protection Red or something. I don't know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense because you have Gurmag Angler and you have a bunch of things, like a bunch of tokens, so they'll have to pay a bunch of mana every turn to actually copper at all your threats. So probably not for that. Probably just for Bogles. A little surprise thing because they're never going to see it coming. Some Ancient Grudges, also castable off of Chromatic Star and Terrarion, or at least flashbackable. This might not be the best choice. The original person who played this deck had 2 Gorilla Shamans, which are 16 tickets. What the hell, people? 16 ticket Gorilla Shamans. I'm not going to buy those. I just refuse. So we're going to play Ancient Grudges instead. Pyroblast I did buy. Those are 5 tickets, but I thought it was worth it. A lot of Delver decks and things with just the card Counterspell. Literal, actual Counterspell is a card you can play in this format. So screw those people. I'm going to Pyroblast them. Then we have another Krark-Clan Shaman, a couple of Trickeries. Those all seem pretty good, like I said, against Bogles and Goblins and whatnot. A couple of Relic of Progenitus. They're like some recursion decks. I don't know. It's kind of like messes with your own Gurmag Anglers, whatever. And then there's a random Terminate. Whatever. We're a black-red deck. I don't know. Kills the Fangren, not Marauder. Fangren Marauder? Is that it? Yeah. The 5/5, the Tron plays, it gains you life. So, kind of makes sense. But yeah, this deck should be sweet. It should be a lot of fun. And then at some point, I'll get back to Standard. I don't know when. I'm pretty excited to do that. I've been playing live. Format seems like a lot of fun. But in the meantime, we're going to pauper it up.